Welcome to Security on Screen. Today, I'm delighted to introduce Tom Reeve, the Chief Communications Manager for the CCTV User Group. Tom, good day.
Hi, Peter. Nice to talk to you. Thanks for having me at Security on Screen.
We appreciate you giving us the time. It seems like it's a bit of a coming together for the pair of us, from publishing and editing publications for the user group. It's a joy to see you back where you belong.
Well, thank you very much. It's been terrific coming back into the industry. Lots of people that I remember and enjoyed working with.
I'm particularly interested today to talk about the role that's been created for you. You carry a lot of gravitas inside the industry. You've got a good global position from the work that you've done over many, many years. And I think it's fair to say that you've been responsible from the very early days of the user group for helping them to understand how best to work with media. To see you take up that role in the capacity that you have now, I'm wondering what difference it's going to make having your experience inside the group.
I want to leverage my content experience for the CCTV User Group. You know, communications is one of the primary functions of the group, communicating with members, but also non-members, government, police and regulatory bodies. So we really want to reach out more proactively to the wider community and communicate messages about best practice, in terms of technical aspects and regulatory practices and even just the management of control rooms.
The group, as far as I've understood it, has always been about helping the security community, whether you be a user, a manufacturer looking for guidance as to what it is that the user might require. We're in very, very different worlds now than where we've been historically in the past together. So what's the group doing to help its members in these difficult times?
I mean, CCTV managers are facing a number of problems right now. So there's COVID having an effect on control rooms, just like it is every other type of business. Also, adapting to the needs of the system owners, the local authorities, and other public spaces, that in terms of what they need from CCTV managers during this crisis. And then there's also an issue that's coming to the fore, which is many of the systems out there were first installed, decades ago. And so some of them have some very aging equipment, which needs to be upgraded, and funding has not always been there for local authorities. They've had to cut their budgets enormously over since the financial crash of 2008. So, they're facing a whole raft of problems. And what we want to be able to do, and what we are doing, is bringing the members together to discuss these problems and find ways to work through them.
And just to help people understand that may not have had the opportunity to engage with the CCTV user group, your membership is varied across the platform of experience required to develop a system legally, successfully, hopefully on price point and budget that doesn't interfere with everybody's personal concerns. Where do you see the expansion in the group? Will you be looking at different ways that you can support, say, the commercial providers versus the end user community?
I mean, it's still the early days in terms of putting together our strategy. I'm very keen to hear from our members about what they need from the group. That's our local authorities, CCTV managers, our police managers, but also the installers, the solution providers, the consultants. All of them have an interest in creating the best possible CCTV systems, and we want to be able to provide the information, the guidance, but also take the feedback from them in terms of what the industry needs, and then shape our strategy around that to deliver, from my point of view, the communications response that the CCTV industry really needs from us.
It's good to understand more about the work of the group, Tom. Thank you for taking time to explain that to us.